Buckle up and get ready because I am on fire inspired today, and I want to talk to you about 3 key secrets to feel good in your life and business. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientos, the founder of NFA Coaching, the host of Max Potential Habits. This is your place to come every week for tips, tools, and inspirational interviews to help you optimize your habits so you can thrive in life and business. And today I want to talk about how to become a master of yourself so you can feel good in your life and in your business. This morning I was meditating and thinking about how incredible it's been to live the life that I've had and how I could have never imagined that I'd be where I am today a year ago. Even a month ago, I could not have imagined where I would be right now. And I was thinking about what I wanted to video today, record for podcast, and this goes out on YouTube, IGTV, and all these different places. And I was thinking, like, what do I want to bring to the table today? And I was doing my meditation and crying tears of gratitude for how awesome my life is right now. And I was just having that moment of like, oh my God, I want everybody to feel this way. Like, why can't everybody feel this way? And what it had me thinking about is, why the heck don't we teach a master yourself curriculum in school? It seems like a no-brainer, right? Like, the things that we need so badly, life skills, self-love skills, relationship skills, money unblocking skills, we don't learn in school. We learn how to read, which is really incredibly important because you can learn all these things. And we learn math, but then, in the higher levels, we start to learn things that a lot of us will never use again in our lives. And there's value, of course, in going to school, and a lot of us are on pause right now from COVID, and I think it's giving us a lot of time to reflect on what really matters and what do we really want to create and what do we really want to feel in our life. I don't know about you, but I want to feel meaning, purpose, love, connection, deep joy, inspiration. I want to do what I love every single day and spend time with people that I love and cultivate and foster connection. And what that takes is me knowing myself. And, up until this point, I've had, for those of you who have been listening to me or watching me for a long time, you know that I've had ups and downs in my relationships. And part of the reason I stepped into coaching was because I was struggling in relationships and money, and it led me down the path of personal growth and development, which led me to entrepreneurship ultimately, which led me to discovering mindset and habits and wanting to teach you that, because I started to realize when I have those tools, if I can change, you can change. If I can shift out of some of the darkest places, I've been suicidally depressed before, and I've thought that my life would have no meaning or purpose, and I thought I could never get unstuck, and I thought that everything was just going to kind of suck forever. And it fills my eyes up with tears to think how much has changed for me since 2016, when I started doing this kind of work for myself first. And so for you, if you're in a place right now that doesn't feel amazing, or maybe you are awesome, I bet that this will resonate with you, because you'll know that you've done the same things that I've done to get there, because all successful people do these things to feel good in their life and business. But if you're feeling stuck wherever you are, there's hope, I promise. I know you can overcome, because I've done it and I've helped people do it, and it's possible. So I want you to think today about these 3 key secrets to master yourself and to feel good, because really what it takes to feel good in your life and business is self-mastery. No one is going, my alarm's going off, my goal alarm. No one is going to do the work for you. No one. You got to do this work for yourself. And I think that's one of the hardest things to face sometimes, is that we want to be rescued. We want to be saved from ourselves sometimes. We want it to be easy. We want it to be all joy. We want to escape the pain. And here's the thing. My quote of the week this week is by Nancy Levin. It's honor the space between no longer and not yet. And what that is talking about is that transitional moment when something is coming new and you've let go of the old, or maybe it has fallen away, not by choice, maybe it was by choice, but sitting in that space of transition and learning the lessons that you can learn and learning how to love yourself through it and learning not to escape and avoid through a lot of, we have a lot of strategies to avoid pain because we're animals and we live by the pleasure pain principle. We want to avoid pain and seek pleasure. And often what that will look like is when something big happens, we want to quickly grasp onto something else, move forward in a different direction without taking the time to honor the space and honor the time and look for the lessons and feel the feelings and do that work. And I mean, I can say this because I was a master of doing that, and I would avoid it through substances, like over drinking or, dating a lot, or just different ways that I had of avoiding feeling lonely or disconnected from myself, really. And the more that I've been able to sit in those moments, in that transitional moment, and honor the no longer, and just sit and see what's to come instead of controlling and planning, the more that I've had the power to create and manifest the life that I want. Because I'm no longer in reactivity, I'm in responsivity. And that takes being a master of yourself. And I'm not saying, when I say master of yourself, it's not like I'm there and I'm at the top and I never have downfalls and I never have struggles or fears or doubts, or, that is not realistic. At least I don't think it is. I don't really believe that in this body, in this being, I'm going to reach enlightenment. I feel like it's a constantly evolving process to get there. And I want to do that work because I feel and experience and see what's on the other side of doing it. It opens doors that you could never imagine, and things start to flow to you that you could never plan for, and relationships deepen and your heart expands, and you get to do work you love in the world, and you get to make a difference being inspired and sharing that gift with the world, even if it's just with your family. It's so different to show up present, loving yourself first, and then sharing that with everyone else. It's a totally different experience. And I want everyone to be able to have a slice of what that feels like, and expand and have that be their reality more and more every day, because it's so much better than where I've been in the dark places in my history, wondering, wishing, hoping, longing, scared, uncertain, afraid, self-doubting. So these are the 3 secrets. Know thyself. Take time to connect and know thyself, and actually make time to get to know thyself. So the ancient Greek wisdom of know thyself was inscribed at the entrance of the Temple of Apollo, the home of the Oracle of Delphi. Incredible wisdom, know thyself. It sounds so easy, but it's, to me, the hardest quest of life, the most deep quest of life, the one where you've got to be the most courageous. Because if you know yourself, you've got to learn what your triggers are. You've got to learn what excites you, what inspires you, what makes you feel alive. You've got to overcome your money blocks. You've got to overcome your negative self-worth blocks. On and on and on. So the quest to know thyself, to me, is the greatest spiritual quest of life and the most valuable. So take time, make time to get to know thyself. At a minimum, this looks like hanging out with yourself alone at least once a week. I know it sounds funny, but some people don't. It seems crazy to say, like, take time for yourself. And I'm not talking by yourself where you're working your butt off, or you're distracted in your phone, or you're on social media. I'm talking like hang out with yourself. Sit quietly with yourself. Journal, meditate, read, contemplate. Sit there just quietly for 5 minutes and just be with yourself. Imagine if you have a child who you never take time for. Like, let's say you have a family and you have kids, and your child comes up and wants to hang out with you, and you never have time for them, or you're always distracted on your phone, or you say, I'll do it later. That child is not going to feel very loved. Well, you've got your inner child waiting to be loved, waiting for you to spend time with yourself. So know yourself by spending time with yourself. Number 2, do daily personal growth and development. I've said this before, and I'll never stop saying it. It's my number 1 habit, to practice personal growth and development. And because it's that you're getting to know yourself. It's that you're becoming a master of yourself. You can't know yourself and be a master of yourself and live an incredible life. You can't live an incredible life if you don't know yourself and learn how to master yourself. It's nearly impossible. You might get really lucky, but the thing is, usually what will happen is, if let's say you are born into a really wealthy family and it looks like a lot of ease, well, you might self-sabotage, or you might not think you're worthy, or you might thrive in one area and other areas you think like, oh, I don't deserve it, so then you sabotage. So mastering yourself through personal growth and development is, to me, ultimate number one max potential habit. Ultimate. It has changed my world and the world of everyone that I work with. This looks like books. Like, read books, get an Audible account, listen to as many books as you can. Listen to them while you're doing the dishes, driving to work, doing laundry, whatever your activities are. I listen to at least 2 books a week because I do it while I'm in motion doing other things, and I learn, I absorb, and we become what we think about. So if I'm constantly saturating my brain with awesomeness, I'm going to become awesome, right? Like, it's going to stick. And so listen to books, read books, listen to podcasts. High fives for being here. Thank you, loyal listeners. You're the reason I do this, because I want to bring you tips to thrive, because I know what it feels like when you have a light bulb moment and you go, oh my God, this is the missing key. That's what I want for you, and that's why I show up every week. And it also teaches me. When I teach you, I get to learn. When I connect with you, I get to feel love. When I bring gifts to you, when I give, I get to receive. Like, that's all awesome, right? YouTube University. You could get a PhD level of knowledge at YouTube University on personal growth and development. I mean, type in motivational videos, type in self-worth, type in self-mastery, I'm sure you can figure this out, but wow, there is a plethora of unlimited information and knowledge for you to master yourself and practice personal growth and development. And number 3, meditate and journal. I know I've said this before, and I know a lot of my guests say the same thing. Meditate and journal. And here's why. My meditation I did this morning, I used the Calm app, CALM, awesome app. There's a free version. There's also a paid version. And I use that among other things, but in today's was talking about dropping. What meditation gives you is the gift of having dropped a whole bunch of things. Shedding was the name of the title of the meditation. And they were talking about how, a lot of times we think we need to add to our lives, and even meditation can be an addition, but really what you get from the gift of meditation is shedding and dropping. And they were talking about dropping anger, dropping reactivity, dropping fear, dropping doubt. Meditation is so incredibly powerful. If you haven't been practicing meditation, I highly encourage and urge you to try it out. Start with 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing. Just start there. And then get an app like Calm that can walk you through being a beginner meditator. I really just started religiously meditating in January, and it has changed my world, big time. And really, actually, it was a little bit before that. It was last year. So it's been about a year. But mind blown how incredible it is. And journaling, same thing. Journaling helps you get to know yourself. So I always couple my meditation and my journaling, because whatever insights and perspectives I have that arise, I like to get to know myself better. Your journal is like your Bible of yourself. It's a way to connect with yourself. It's a way to love yourself more. It's a way to dump your fears, write affirmations. There's so many awesome things there. On my website, nfacoaching.com, I have a journal template. It's business related, but you could use that. I also have a meditation mindset kit. It's $9, and I go through 3 meditations that you can use. Go to my website for that, nfacoaching.com. Awesome stuff there. My goal in life and my inspiration, and one of my all-time lifetime goals, is to impact 5 million people through NFA coaching. And it's in these ways of you connecting with yourself, becoming a mindset master, because your thoughts create your reality. And then what happens is your habits become the outcome of what you feel on the inside, right? So you get into inspired action when you feel alive and you feel connected with yourself. And that takes you knowing, loving, and trusting yourself. So real quick recap before we wrap up, the 3 secrets to feel good in your life and business. 1, make time to get to know yourself. 2, do daily personal growth and development. And 3, meditate and journal. I know these are super simple and straightforward, but most people don't practice them on a daily basis. Make these habits part of your daily rituals and your daily routines so that you can really thrive and feel alive. That's what I mean when I say thrive and feel alive. I want you to have a sense of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in your life, and it takes practice. It takes you showing up for yourself in your life. All right. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'm so grateful for all of you being here. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful that I get to connect with you every week. Thank you. I'll see you next week.